This is a Pink Pingpong Ball story. There was this dad, and he loved his son more than the world. And he was really rich. He put all his money into really good investments and made a ton of money. And he was just filthy rich. And so it was his son's 13th birthday. So he goes up to his son and goes, "Son, it's your 13th birthday. You're a teenager. What would you like for me to buy you? I can buy you anything. Just name it and it's yours." And he's like, "Dad, I would really like a box of pink ping pong balls." He's like, "Really? I can buy you anything. Anything in the world." And he's like, "Nah, Dad, I would really enjoy some pink ping pong balls." So his dad goes to the store and looks around and finds some pink ping pong balls. And so he gives them to his son for his 13th birthday, and his son runs up to his room and is gone for 20 minutes, then comes back downstairs, lays down on the couch, and he's exhausted. He's just wiped out. And his dad's like, "Son, what did you do with the pink ping pong balls?" And he's like, "Dad, just don't ask. Just don't ask. Just don't worry about it. It's fine." And his dad's like, "Okay, okay." And so a year goes by, and then it's his son's 14th birthday. And he goes, "Son, it's your 14th birthday. You're learning how to drive. I can get you anything you want. Anything. Just name it." And he's like, "Dad, I would really like 2 boxes of pink ping pong balls." And his dad's like, "I can buy you anything. I can buy you a car. I can buy you anything you want. What do you want? You name it." And he's like, "Just 2 boxes of pink ping pong balls, Dad. That'd be amazing. That'd be more than what I could ever ask for." And his dad's like, "Alright." So on his son's 14th birthday, sure enough, the son gets 2 boxes of pink ping pong balls. And he goes up to his room, and he's gone for about a good hour and 30 minutes. And he comes back down, and he's totally exhausted. He just lays down on the couch and passes out. And when he wakes up, he's like, "Oh, thanks, Dad. That was so great. I could have never asked for anything more." And his dad's like, "Well, I'm glad you're happy, but I have to ask, what did you do with the pink ping pong balls?" And he's like, "Dad, just don't ask. Just don't worry about it. It's fine." And his dad's like, "I'm really curious. What did you do?" And he's like, "Dad, just don't ask. It's fine. It's not bad. I promise." And then his dad's like, "Okay." And then a year goes by. And he's 15. And so his dad asks him, "Okay, son, what do you want for your birthday? Anything in the world." And he's like, "Dad, I would really like a crate of pink ping pong balls." And so by this time, the pink ping pong ball business, the ones that made them, have gone out of business. So his dad had to search and search and search, but finally he just found a custom ping pong ball place that made custom ping pong balls. So he got a crate of pink ping pong balls made and delivered to his house the day of his son's birthday. And his son got them, and he was so happy. He's like, "Thank you, Dad, thank you. This is so much. Oh, I love you, Dad, so much." And then he takes the crate and runs up to his room, and he's gone for a good 8 hours. And then he's like, "Dad, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. That was the best gift ever." And his dad's like, "Okay, well, what did you do with the pink ping pong balls?" He's like, Dad, it's okay. It's not bad. I promise." And his dad's like, "Okay, fine." And then a year later, it's his son's 16th birthday. And he goes up to his son, "Son, what do you want for your birthday?" And his son says, "I would really like a truck full of pink ping pong balls." And his dad, by this time, owns the company that makes pink ping pong balls. So he goes, gets a truckload made, and he has it delivered to the house the day of his son's birthday. And so his son goes inside the truck, and he's in there for a good 24 hours. And then he comes out, and he's totally exhausted. He hasn't eaten, he hasn't slept in the past 24 hours. And he's like, "Oh, thank you, Dad. Thank you. That's more than I ever could have asked for. Thank you so much." And his dad, by this time, knew better than to ask, so he just kept on minding his own business. And a year goes by, and his son is 17, and he says, "Son, what do you want? You can have anything in the world." And he's like, "Dad, I would really like a boatload of pink ping pong balls." So, on his son's 17th birthday, he takes him to the docks, and there's a ship waiting for him full of pink ping pong balls. And he's like, "Thank you, Dad, so much. I'll call you when you need to pick me up." Then he runs into the boat, and then a week goes by, and he hasn't been heard from at all. And then he finally calls his dad, and his dad comes, and it's obvious that he has barely eaten, he's barely slept, and he looks inside, and there's no trace of the pink ping pong balls, and he knows better than to ask, because he'll just get a no. So he just drives his son home, and he just goes on with his own business. A year goes by, and it's almost his son's 18th birthday. He goes, "Son, what would you like for your birthday?" And he's like, "Dad, I would love a warehouse full of pink ping pong balls." And so his dad's like, "Okay, I'll get you that." So basically, on his son's 18th birthday, he drives his son up to a warehouse, and it is full of pink ping pong balls. And his son's just like, "Oh, thank you, Dad, so much." And then he runs inside, and he hasn't heard from for 2 weeks straight. And his dad is just so curious by now. He is just going crazy, and finally his son comes back, and he's like barely eaten, barely slept, and of course there are no trace of the pink ping pong balls. And so by this time his son's going off to college, so during that college stage, his dad sends him a couple boxes of pink ping pong balls every once in a while, and his son usually sends him a letter back saying thank you and how awesome it was. And then one of his son's birthdays, the 21st, his son's 21st birthday, his son is coming home, and while crossing the street up to his house, he gets hit by a car, and he's taken to the hospital right away. And so his dad goes to see him in the hospital, and they look at each other, and it's obvious that the son's not going to make it. So the dad's like, "Son, is there anything you need?" And he's like, "I would really love a box of pink ping pong balls." And so his dad knew better than to not carry any in his car. So he runs down to his car and grabs a box, and he brings it back up to the room. And his son motions for him to step out of the room. And the dad has a little reluctancy, but finally the son gets him to go out of the room. Then he hears his son, after a few minutes later, call him back in. So he comes back in, and there's no trace whatsoever of the pink ping pong balls. And he's like, "Son, I'm so curious, what did you do with the pink ping pong balls?" And he's like, "So, Dad, what I do is I take them, and then he died." That's the end of the story.